Yeah, welcome back to the show. I'm saying like shorter things every week because I keep forgetting the titles.
Yeah.
So it's welcome back to the show now.
Welcome back.
And today we got Ali, aka X, aka Sayin, aka my brother.
Yep.
Introduce yourself
X
again.
Gonna eat.
Yeah, so like Code said, people know me as X or Saiyan DNA or Super Syrian. I change my name quite a lot because I've got issues. Filling in for the usual Mo. And we had X's in this seat.
You're not filling in for Mo. You're a special guest, man. Don't downgrade yourself to Mo's level.
Either way, there's been some like important asses sitting in this seat. So
now there's another one.
Thank you. Thank you for checking out my glutes. I've worked very hard.
These arms, Ray.
Thank
They're actually pinky.
Oh my
You
God,
can't even tell.
You can because he's wearing a tight shirt.
How are you sucking up to the first
Oh
guest?
my God, don't make me blush, Daniel.
Oh my God.
Horrible. Daniel, horrible.
Also, X gonna eat it for you.
Yeah,
No
that's
one's-
true.
you
I
gotta
do.
forget, bro.
I do food reviews, but I'm not a very good food reviewer because I don't eat out a lot anymore. I used to go out almost every couple of days and get some takeaway and review food, but now it's like once a week.
I keep telling you.
Because you're eating clean, though.
Build it up. Build it up. Like,
He's
build
eating
it up for a
clean.
whole month and you got like a whole month of content.
This is true. This is true. But yeah, I don't know. Like I want to look like Akuma or Goki.
true.
So,
It's not going to happen. Just eat. Just eat. That guy's like 1% body fat.
and with that, we are talking about fitness today, and more like fitting this in my mouth.
Yeah. Might as well.
Okay. Let's talk about food.
He's talking about food.
Obviously.
He's talking about donuts.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
I will always mention donuts till she apologizes. That's what's happening.
I thought that was a dig at my first ever eating competition where it was donuts. I made a huge mistake. If anyone ever does an eating competition, don't think you don't need water. So always have water with you, right?
He joined this competition and he basically
No way.
he might as well have ate the donut with a fork and knife. That's how slow he was.
It wasn't
eating.
slow. It was bloody quick.
How
for
many
someone
donuts were you meant to eat?
6, but like they're big, fluffy.
In how long? How long did you have?
As fast as you can. Like
Oof.
yeah, there was
And
no.
how much did you end up eating?
Like I don't. I think it was 6, and I ate them all. There was not a problem, but it was.
What was the timer and how did you fail?
Well, the guy that won ate, like, I swear to God, I don't think he even was breathing, or he's just inhaling him in. Like he wasn't getting air in, he was just getting donuts in. But this guy, he was a professional eater, right? So not only did he have water with him, but he was nice enough to give me water after he saw how crap I was doing. but I'm telling you, this is how prepared this guy is. Like he once went to a comp. It was a hot dog eating competition and they didn't have sauce, so he struggled. And from that day on, he said he's never going to go to an eating competition. It doesn't matter what it is, without his holster that has sauce in it. All right? Like he literally came to this donut eating competition with a holster that had sauce in it, just in case there was a surprise hot dog eating
But
thing.
can you do that stuff?
This guy needs
Like
his
just
own
bring your
meat.
own sauce and all that?
Like it just means you're eating more food, so it's nothing. You can't, it's not like you're eating less. You're
And he
eating
just
more.
consumes it faster with the sauce? It just
because
helps?
it just, slides it
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Lubrication, man. You gotta lube that shit up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is that
Again,
the only competition you've
Talking
had?
about food.
Is that the only
That's
food
the only
competition?
food competition I've done so far. So,
Yeah.
but I'll do another one in the future.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But you're
I
bad.
didn't even know about that.
I'm not,
You're bad at
I
them.
told you I learned, and I'm trying to teach people. Take water with you. I promise you, it's going to help so much. Just wash it
The
down.
fact that you're telling people to bring water with them, it's how novice you are at this competition.
I told you I was a novice. It was the first comp, so I was a rookie, right? It was a rookie mistake. But I'm saying it just, I went in there to enjoy the donuts because they're really, really good donuts. And but then I was like, well, I'm losing quite a lot, so I needed. Yeah.
Was the family there watching?
Nah, they was way too far.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't because I would have embarrassed the whole family. And the
Well, you've always been competitive, so it's like
all of you guys are competitive.
Food you suck at, but it's like you're pretty good at games. Like back in the days.
Back in the day.
Not a Street Fighter. You good at like the other stuff.
No,
look at that dig at you.
Street
man.
Fighter. All right, in our family, it goes by ranking, right? It's like Soul and Soul. Shout out to Soul, like basically one of the best players in Street Fighter 4 in Australia.
Hopefully he'll be back in SF6.
I hope so too. Yeah. He says he's a family man now, but we'll see. And then it's
he's
Code.
just using excuses.
No, he heard esports money.
Yeah,
fucking trust me.
Maybe. But then it's Code, aka Bosslogic. He was always second with his M Bison.
It was fast second, so Soul's here, and I'm like,
yeah.
Soul's just lucky,
But he can't
even see it on camera, so it's like,
but he can still go. He can still go toe to toe with Soul, right? And then I was like super low, but I was a wild card, so I could actually beat both of them, not just randomly, just. Sometimes it looks
Akuma
like...
has the raging demon. So you fuck up once, you lose 80% of your health.
Don't even put... No, one, I have, like, the best anti-air ever. Not just a raging demon. I can't... Like, my uppercut's fucking...
Bro,
amazing.
I don't jump.
On this show?
I don't jump.
Yeah, you can swim. We'll just beat that.
Don't talk shit.
Swim.
You jump, man, and you
I
do that.
barely
and
jump.
you do Bison's little fucking... Boop.
What an air raid, bro. You do one of those plane things.
See?
That's not jumping. That's
What
a move. The
bison-
plane thing.
The
I don't know
Bison...
what it's called.
It's the Bison boop.
And the jump, stepping on their heads.
Bison
Move,
boop.
I don't know.
Stomp, yeah.
The stomp. There we go. There's a technical term. But like even in competition, I remember Soul used to get, because we were so competitive, like you said, Soul, when he lost against me, it was enough to like put him over the edge, and he would leave. Even in a double elimination tournament where you still had another chance, he lost against me. He would call home. He'd be like, "Hey, someone come pick me up," because he wasn't driving at that time, and we'd be in the middle of nowhere and be like, "Come pick me up. I'm done with this comp. This comp sucks." And he wouldn't talk to me for a week. But
It's basically
I've heard so
Messi
many of those.
losing to Adam Sandler in football.
basically,
Yeah.
honestly,
That's how Soul felt.
That, not just Soul. Everyone. Remember we went to EB Games Expo in Sydney.
Yeah.
And I beat one of Sydney's players, Gangster, who was looking forward to stomping me, and I think he was using Kami, which is supposed to be like a counter for Kuma, and he was very surprised with the loss, and so were a lot of people, and I wasn't, because I know how amazing I am.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Respect. No, respect.
Yeah,
you got to
thank you.
believe in yourself.
I
And you
do.
delivered, bro. That's it.
I entered every competition.
There were dark times.
It's true.
Nah,
It's true.
good times, man. I miss going to those comps as well. Box Hill, man.
Oh man.
Far out. Box
I don't
Hill
know
was
how
the
we did it. Every single Thursday, we'd drive all the way from Broady to Box Hill in peak hour traffic.
That was the best times, though. It was so fun. Well, when Soul doesn't lose.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
was-
Not even just for Street Fighter. There was Halo as well.
No. The Box Hill ones is just the arcade. We
Was
just
it
go
that?
there.
Yeah.
We hang out with our friends. We're like there till 1, right? It's like sometimes.
Yeah, we were there.
But there were
till
ones
they
I
closed.
came that were Halo as well. I remember. I used to just play
Yeah,
on
there's
the
Halo,
side,
the
admiring.
Halo comps. But before Halo comps, Ali was doing Metroid and
Yeah.
I was
Mario Kart.
Oh, I was big into the DS games. My first competitive DS game was Mario Kart, and I got really into the snaking portion of it. Anyone that's ever played Mario Kart DS will know what snaking is, but it's basically when you turbo boost over and over and over again, even in a straight line, not just in corners, and it's a huge advantage for those that don't know it. They literally get overlapped. So first comp I went to, they didn't know how to snake. I was, and ended up winning another Nintendo DS, and I was like,
I went to one of these comps with him. It's like all the people that knew snaking were like grown-ups and knew how to play the game versus all 5-year-olds. It's like,
what are you going to do, man?
It's like-
What are you gonna do,
Hey,
bro?
what are you going to do?
It's
Show me?
competitive
There was
sport,
this-
man.
Show me.
There was this one photo. I'll look for it and I'll try to put it on the screen. I'll see if I can find it. Ali's like won a championship,
It's true.
and it's like there's 2 little kids.
They got second.
Hey, they were bloody good.
They're just little kids just standing there, and he's like,
Yeah, I was literally flexing on him.
He
in
wants the
photo.
DS, bro. You gotta get the DS.
People, I don't know if people remember, but Nintendo Australia used to run Mario Kart tournaments in shopping centers like Westfield and stuff like that. They used to go all the way to Fountain Gate, and
Ali's like, I'm gonna go to this shopping center and destroy these kids.
I did, and hey, I won all these cool Nintendo shit, bro. Like Nintendo
respect.
DSs and that. I managed to get my nieces and nephews Nintendo DSs because we couldn't afford it at the time. But if I can win some and then look like an awesome uncle, now it's Code that's an awesome uncle because he can get cool shit. Yeah. But back then,
Can't argue.
I was the MVP.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But what's good? like when you went to these comps, that's where you met Steve, right? Pyro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Steve and Alex Zanza, his brother.
Yeah, I miss Zanza.
Zanza was so small. I don't know if he was in a pram. He was small, but probably not a pram. But they were, like most gamers, very awkward at first, and eventually they warmed up and we got hanging out and talking, and now we're some of our best friends.
Shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pyro and Xander, to introduce them, you want to introduce who they are? Since you met them first.
Yeah, so Pyro, aka Steve, and his brother Zans, really good gamers as well. Super competitive. Another person that gets really, really
angry,
mad. Yeah, really mad. So we met at the Mario Kart tournament, and we ended up teaming up for some Halo tournaments and stuff like that. And that's where we found out about Steve's real rage.
Yeah. But he calmed down when he transitioned to fighting games.
Yeah,
which was thanks to me. Like I probably would never give him the credit, but I turned him into fighting games.
Who was worse though, him or
But
Sol?
I don't understand how fighting games is one that seems ragey as well. Like you see a lot of fighting game players.
It's just 2 minutes of rage. Instead of a whole,
yeah, that's true.
Instead of a whole 15-minute and team based.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's definitely got something to do with that. So when you lose in a fighting game, it's just you.
It's your fault.
You have no one to blame.
Except the guy, like Pyro will always say, "Oh, you're always turtling. You're always doing this." It's like it's my fault that he lost.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're trying to catch fireballs with your face. That's on you.
But yeah, so when he transitioned to fighting games, is like that's why I saw him calm down a bit. But then he started raging again, being Balrog and losing comps. But it's like, but he's calmer now. But also, fun fact: Shadowloo Showdown wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me, you, Soul, and Xander.
Yeah.
I'm not Xander. I gave Xander credit.
You gave Xander credit.
Pyro.
Pyro was one of the founders, along with another few that helped us out a lot, like Chris Ho, Burnout.
Yeah.
All friends of
that was a team that grew it.
Yeah.
But I was also saying the initial why it happened.
So Steve's been a part of the inner circle for quite a while. And he's still one of our best friends, and we call on him when we need IT support and and website design and stuff like that. He's really good at that. But and also just to see him rage from time to time because it's quite entertaining.
Missed that dude, even though I saw him last week. But missed that dude.
But who's worse, him or Sol in raging?
Look, I'm gonna say for me it's Sol.
Was it a different rage?
No. For me it's Sol because it affects me.
Because you see him at home.
No, because I see him at home because I have to go home.
Exactly. So you see
that's what he's saying.
It's like to give you an example, where at Box Hill for the viewers is like an hour a bit drive. Like in peak traffic, it's 2 hours drive.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So we go to a comp. I'll still be in the competition, and Sol would lose, and I would have to go home because he's doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, that's pretty
much
it.
I have to forfeit.
However, Sol's never really destroyed anything. Steve, in a Halo competition once, we were losing quite badly. During the match, like middle of the match, decides to get up, grab his controller, and just launch it as hard as he can into this wall. It just went into pieces.
It makes for good stories, though.
And at the time, it probably was scary.
Yeah, but it was like 3-on-4 because he walked out and then he came back and tried to put it together, thinking he's like, Bob the Builder trying to fix this control. This control was done, right? Like,
was he with us during that comp when I was in? No, it wasn't. It was Salsa, right?
The one where that wasn't you. That was before his time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I heard you talking about it on the podcast.
I talked about it on the podcast, but I'm trying to picture if he was on that team.
Nah.
He would have we wouldn't have been friends.
Nah, 100%. We would have done that. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, awesome.
But those Halo tournaments and
those were that's what got me into Halo. Yeah,
I used to absolutely love. I'm starting to like games again, but I used to absolutely love games back then. But now seeing like Street Fighter 6 come out, I've been playing Hades.
We've been getting competitive on Hades.
Steam Deck has made me in love with games again because it feels personal now.
Yeah,
like people when they play games now, it's like all about achievements or streaming it and all that sort of stuff. It kind of you lose the passion. It's like I see people say to their fans, which is cool and all, but I don't see the appeal. It's like, what do you want me to play?
Yeah.
I never understood
But that's the thing, though. That's what they do. That's their profession now. They're literally a professional streamer.
Entertainer.
And
I get
that's
it.
what they do. Yeah. So it's not about the game. So, but for me, like you said, Street Fighter 6 is on its way, and I'm super excited for that. And that's before Capcom announced yesterday that the prize pool for the next Capcom Cup is
total $2 million.
Over $2 million, and first place is $1 million.
First place is $1 million. That's esports money, man.
That's huge for fighting games. Like anyone that's in the esports community probably thinks, Dota's got millions and millions of dollars every year. Yeah, but fighting games has never had that. Fighting games, like maybe the most we've ever seen is about 100K.
And you got to remember, Dota and all those games like that are team based and management.
And they got a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
This is Street Fighter. One singular person.
Yeah.
Sure, they might be on a team that wins, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's literally one person from nowhere can come and win $1 million.
Plus, Dota's got a bigger player base anyway, but like it's different.
But
but Street Fighter to have $1 million is like
big. I know.
I remember when we first started Showdown and Evo at way back.
So Evo,
it was like 20,000 or 50,000 or something.
Yeah. So Evo,
like that was the hugest.
For those who don't know, Evo is the Evolution Championships, which happens in Vegas every year. Yeah. And that's
I happened to be there this year.
Like, that's true.
Yeah, I checked it out, but sadly it was during COVID, and everyone was like,
"It's different."
Backed away from each other. But it's completely changed though. It's like when you guys told me about it, it was a Street Fighter event. When I went there, it kind of looked like a convention. It looked like a convention,
but that's where it's going though, and that's because of stuff like that. That's why Capcom has put in so much money for Street Fighter, and that's awesome. That's a good thing, and we're going to see so many OG Street Fighter players come out of the woodwork.
Oh yeah, they're all coming back.
Oh yeah, like
$1 million, like
huge.
Screw being a family man. They're coming back.
And the thing is, a lot of people are going to have their heart broken, but because it's like most people will probably never be able to win a local tournament, let alone become world champion.
Yeah.
But there's always a chance of it happening if you put enough effort in, because like if that's your goal, we've seen people.
Purpose.
Yeah, that's your purpose, Daniel. Then you potentially could, if you have like a basic knowledge of Street Fighter and the skills and the hand and eye coordination to do it, you could do it.
And not only that, if you're like, it's not only about the money and $1 million, but it's like it's about the community. The FGC was amazing at the start.
It was a good community,
and I think that's what I was going to follow up with. Like, even though these people that are coming into the community, whether they're OGs or whether they're new, trying to win this money, the effect is going to be all these competitions are going to have way more of a player base. It's going to be insane. Like, you're going to see tournaments like when Street Fighter 4 came out.
Australia, you're gonna have BAMs. You're gonna have, I don't know if OHNN is coming back. Or?
I don't know. Ozado. So there's a few comps in Australia, like Battle Arena Melbourne, from Couch Warriors and Ozado. So there's a few comps. So if you're watching this and you're not sure where you can compete, look out for those ones, because they'll definitely pop up. We used to run Shadowloo Showdown, which you've talked about before.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in pieces.
Could get resurrected though.
But I explained it on the last show, and I explained it to Soul and all that. It's like we want to run. I personally want to run a one-off for Street Fighter 6. Something awesome. Bring back the old crew. Bring special guests in. Maybe do a charity. Something, anything.
Shadowloo Showdown was our baby. Like it was very hard for us to travel and Australians to travel, not only like money wise, because everything's expensive from here, but so instead we brought the competition that we used to look up to and watch on streams to us and to the people in Australia, which was huge back then because there wasn't any real special guests. I think the first time anyone ever showed up was Daigo to one of the Ozados, and then but that's pretty much it. So when we first ran Shadowloo Showdown and we had the Takedo from Japan, Margot from Japan, and Gamer B from Taiwan, that was a huge thing for Australia. And I don't know if any of you remember, but Bosslogic used to put out these epic trailers, which now you watch them a little bit cringe, but back then, like
back then they were epic.
They were epic, and that's when dubstep was first becoming popular around here anyway. And people were like, what is this crazy shit in my ear? And then you see the players pop up and Bosslogic doing his graphics.
I'm guessing Diego.
I'll get my Hollywood and industry friends to make this next trailer. Yeah. I'll get people to help me out with it.
Well, the connections you've made since then is insane. Like, I have no doubt if you wanted to do a high production Shadowloo Showdown comeback, we totally can.
You could, yeah.
And because of the friends you've made and because of the friends we've made along the way, I reckon we can get quite a lot over here. And I don't know if it'll be a Capcom Cup qualifier because I think
No. This is for more. I want to see it for more entertainment.
Yeah.
Sure, if Capcom can help with it and
Yeah.
do something special for it, that would be dope.
Yeah.
But I just want it to be a mark of celebration for Street Fighter 6 because this game has gave me that that twitch again to want to play.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Like honestly, I tried to love Street Fighter 5, and I know a lot of people love it, and they think it's a.
They shouldn't. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but
it's a good game. It just wasn't my game.
it's just different. It was very different to Street Fighter 4. And even though it looks similar to Street Fighter 4 from people just looking in, it's a different game.
The thing is, with that game, you got to be honest with it. It's like at the start, it wasn't like this. The last iteration, the last update, was the playable,
but that
good
happens,
version.
That happens a lot, though. That happens a lot with Street Fighter. But the thing is, the base of Street Fighter 6 is already so much more fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How good is that? It's like initially you're going in and it's awesome. So the last iteration, like Super Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
How sick is that going to be?
But either way, like I'm excited for, like, I haven't been excited for any sort of events in Australia for a long time regarding fighting games. But since Street Fighter 6, we played the beta, and I'm excited to get the stick out and
it was fun to be honest.
it was awesome. And the best part is the netcode is quite good. So that's a huge thing. I'm excited to not only be able to come here after gym, after we train to play some games, but also the fact that if I can't make it here, the online is almost like playing, in person, and that's huge.
I think it's cross-platform as well.
Yeah,
I think,
it's gonna.
Also,
sick.
I got those 2 Vulix cabinets in the garage that I still haven't unboxed. And they're going to be for Street Fighter 6.
That's
Open
awesome.
them up, put
There you
head-to-head cabs.
That'd be sick.
That's going to be the main thing.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing some old friends come out of the woodworks that haven't played in a while. I think the only person that I've seen in competition is Somniac, whose name still pops up, and Somniac is one of the OGs from Street Fighter 4 that we met.
Yeah.
And he's always been in the top 8. He's good. He's consistently good. But we had 2 Australians. I think ROH. I can't remember. I think that's his name, and Travis Styles, who's very pretty looking boy. He's handsome. Yeah. He looks like he does blue steel. So when you see him on the Capcom Cup promotions, everyone's flexing or standing there serious, and he's like, that's awesome. He's a cool dude.
He's making the guy feel awkward.
Is that the one you were talking about that made it far into the Capcom Cup?
They did good, man.
For Australia. Shout out them, bro.
Yeah, to be in the Capcom Cup and represent Australia well, that's
Respect.
freaking awesome. So I hope it's the same for Street Fighter 6, and we see a lot more Australian players.
It really depends on how. Like, I know there's Capcom Cup tournaments in Australia, but it's like it really depends how Capcom pushes it.
That's true.
Does it want it to be a worldwide thing like Heavy? You would notice there'll be a lot more Australians going there if they represent it Heavy here.
Well, that prize pool already helps, to be honest.
Yeah.
So far.
We only had like one tournament, or was it online?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not even sure how they qualified. I don't know whether it was the offline tournaments like BAM, you get points, and I think there might have been an online one as well.
I think it might have been all online because I remember seeing Somniac play. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was an online thing for the Capcom Cup. It was during COVID, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, I think this is the first Capcom Cup since lockdown.
Yeah.
But that's, if it is online, at least like we said with the new netcode, anyone, doesn't matter about your connection, anyone can basically compete in this one from
That's awesome.
There you go. So there will definitely be more players anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's different platforms.
So we wouldn't have people booting us out of lobbies because of connections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, it's exciting times ahead for fighting games. That's for sure, especially in Australia.
So come June doesn't like it needs to come faster.
June 2nd. Yeah, but hopefully, I don't know. Is there going to be another like demo or beta or something?
Maybe.
I heard there's going to be more announcements. I don't know.
Oh, there has to be. They haven't even
I kind
announced.
of don't want the beta. I want everyone to like. I know people are playing the beta now and they're getting used to the game and stuff, but I think the game might change just a little.
It's going to change heaps in the fact that there's all these other characters, and you can practice as much as you want combos and that. But if you haven't practiced against certain characters and certain different,
I just want everyone to play the game.
I'm They didn't release an open beta for it, did they? The only private,
Nah,
like sort of
only
people
private
getting it.
betas.
Yeah, they'll probably will do an open beta for it. They usually do for those types of games anyway.
I didn't see one for 4 or 5.
I don't know. You never know. I don't know. Maybe.
No, we'll see.
Either way. See you all in June 2nd.
Also, Capcom reach out to me. Let me do some stuff for 6.
Help us out, bro.
Let me do some stuff for 6.
Speaking of fighting games, though, there's aside from Street Fighter 6, fighting games is going to be huge in the next year or two with new Tekken 8, which looks crazy.
It actually looks good too.
Yeah, it looks crazy
good.
good. Project L, that's coming from the League of Legends. So right, is it right?
Yeah,
Is it called Project L?
Nah,
Or that's the code name?
name.
Yeah.
And that looks good.
That
It's
does
like
look good too. Yeah.
2v2 kind of tag, to fill the spot of what's missing with Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's what we need, bro. We need another one of those.
I wish, man.
Yeah,
but
I know how
I
much
don't
you
know,
love
man. I
Marvel
don't know
vs.
what's happening with Marvel vs. Capcom.
That was fun.
There's
bro.
always
I didn't know what I was doing, but it was fun.
There's
That
always
game,
there's always
honestly.
issues with that game. Like as in like not issues as in
You're
like
talking about Infinite and stuff?
not infinite. I'm talking about like behind the scenes stuff. Like part 3 was a huge success.
Yeah.
What happened? It's like,
Yeah, why didn't they continue?
I don't know. Like they did make
then they released Infinite, and
They
that's like
released
that killed like the whole thing.
Infinite wasn't great, man. It just like visually it looked worse than Marvel vs.
So
Capcom
I don't know
3.
what happened. It's like
I think they had a smaller budget or something like that, or a smaller team, and they just
all they needed to do was release how the iterations of
yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep.
They released another version of it, Part 3, right?
Yeah. Well,
Ultimate also. I don't know what.
the thing is, I think someone's made Marvel vs. Capcom X, which is like a modded version of it, and they're putting their own characters in. Like they just put Cyclops in there.
What in Part 3?
Yeah, it's like, but it's modded. So like, it's Cyclops, and he's got his special moves from. Yeah, it's actually really cool. They've put all these
Who the hell's
characters.
funding this?
I don't know, just people, I guess, in their spare time. But like they're just showing what Marvel, like you said, if it was updated to like Mega Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
if they do it good and they do it like there's no bugs and stuff,
they'll shut it down.
No, I'm not saying it'll come out. I'm saying like I would love to see that. Like not. Like I don't want it to turn into like that Mugen.
That's insane. I don't. I can't. Yeah, I don't even know. Like
it's like you got Flintstones versus Homer Simpson. It's like
but yeah, fighting games is gonna be a big year, and I think events are gonna get huge because of all the games. And speaking of fighting games, like I know you and your team are working on Versus, which is
fingers crossed.
Yeah,
It's
and
looking
fingers
good so
crossed.
far.
It's like I've never like.
It's looking good so far.
It's looking good so far. I just never knew the
process
of
Yeah.
game development and all that sort of stuff. My friends and team know all that industry.
Yeah,
but I never knew the whole
you
logistics of the whole thing.
You and most of the community and people on Twitter, because I keep getting messages because I help out with moderating the Blue and stuff like that, and people are like, "Where's the game? Where's the game?" Like, bro, it's been like 2 months, and even in the
I know they've been waiting a while, and I've been waiting a while. It's like, but the thing is, it takes a long time.
It does. You got to.
There's so many bugs. There's so many, one game-breaking bug on release kills the game.
Exactly.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's these kids that play FIFA and shit like that, and EA Games pumps them out every 2 months, and they'll be like, "Hey, you can make FIFA 12 and then FIFA 13 in like a week, bro." Like EA can do it.
Bro,
you can do it.
FIFA every year is just basically a reskin and a new attribute.
No, don't say that, bro. It's a new game. There's at least the new player.
Bro, have you seen how Messi looks in the one before? He
more.
looks very different, bro.
You're being ignorant. There's in from 12 to 13. There's way more grass. Way more grass.
I seen it. I seen.
No, but we just they don't want to release it with all these issues. They want to release it when they're happy to release a perfect game. Hopefully, in their eyes.
And it will be
no
good.
game's gonna be perfect.
Like
I want it to
your
be perfect
eyes,
as
it's
it can
good
be.
enough.
I want it to be the most ultimate thing for me is I want it to be fun.
Yeah,
it's like if it can look as good as hell.
Yeah,
and if it's not fun, it's like it's not good at all.
No, 100%. And I'm glad you're there. Watching the process, and I'm messaging them too, talking about online and how important online is, because it doesn't matter how good it is if a majority of the Bosslogic universe or Blue universe, Blue people are all over the world. So if they can't play against each other, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
So you need to make sure the online is also a huge part of it as well.
Yeah.
Also, I want it to be like when you play versus you get to learn these characters, because when you see these avatars come out, the ones you're repping, it's like, and also the frequency and the storytelling of that, like the prologue, the whole story arc, the whole lore, it's like they're all connected together, and it's like, sure, it's taking time, but it's like, if you've seen a good project that's coming along, like, I hope you can get as excited as I am for it. But I know there's not many things coming out because I'm very, very picky of what I want to release.
You want to put out quality stuff, and that's totally fair.
Because I know what happens when you don't put out quality stuff.
Oh man,
AKA shout out Spider-Man.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like you pump out something quickly to appease a few people that are talking mad shit, and then you just look dopey as because you put this crap out. Like, what's the point? Wait, build it, make sure it's quality, and then send it out like you wanted it to.
But hopefully this year's the year. This year, I don't want to go into 2024 with with baggage. I want to go in there with new goals to create new things, doper things.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I feel good about this year, and I've seen the progress of the avatars, and I've seen progress of Versu and the people that are working on those things. It's a huge, it's an awesome cast of people that you've got helping you out. Like, people don't realize some of these artists and that have worked with Marvel as well, and
we got all these artists. We got like Lineage Studios that's worked on countless games, countless concepts. Like some of your favorite Batman games, I don't want to mention them, but it's like, Lineage had a huge hand in them. But all this will be like, there's a whole heap of news hopefully by end of March.
Yeah. No,
end of March we'll get like a whole chunk of stuff.
Excited. I'm excited for just even an alpha, just to test out the game and see it with the things that were missing in the last video. So hit detection, some combos, a little bit more lighting, seeing the special effects, seeing how they move, and even just the animations of these characters, because right now they're a bit like clunky, and that's normal for where they are.
We were just showing movement control.
Yeah, and I get that, but and just playing against Daniel, you, and then some of the blue people that we've made really good friends with. I want to test out the game, and I think having the beta access is going to be huge, and it's going to be a huge step forward for you and your IP, which I'm looking forward to knowing more about frequency and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward for everyone to know about it, because
I know it's been
that's
in your
like
head.
The baby.
It's been in your head for so long, and it's finally like spilling out. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it's
cool.
Good.
I want to see
slowly things are progressing.
I want to see if people like enjoy the storyline, and like the whole dream for me anyway is people create stuff with my IP.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like it's going to happen. Like you've got a lot of artist friends and stuff like that who do art for Deadpool, Magneto, Akuma all the time, and just hone their skills. I have no doubt, like, you've got some cool characters, man. So it'd be really cool seeing some of these artist friends of yours have their version of it out there. I'll try. I'm not great, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
You'll try.
The thing is,
finger painting.
The thing is with people that create games, I know you wouldn't be like this, but they don't, like, they'll release it and then they'll do their own thing. They don't listen to what community says. That's the main thing. Like, let's say you release it.
You have to listen to your community.
You have to. That's your whole thing. But a lot of people don't. They just ignore what they say about the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's why you release betas, and that's why you release that. You take the feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't change everything the community says, because
of course.
everyone's different, opinionated. But you take in the solid response, the solid feedback. If there's something like if the majority of the people saying it's good, it's awesome, but it's not, like, the fun wears off in about 10 minutes, you have to do something about it.
Yeah, do like a special event in the game or something.
Are you open to DLC characters and stuff like that? Like, I know some characters like won't be part of the lore, but how Fortnite
I've always wanted that in my actual frequency, like comic or animation. I don't want the IP to be locked. IP locking, it's like, sure, it's like a slippery slope with legal and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you know IP lock and you can cross over like how Fortnite does, I think that's a crazy thing.
Yeah,
it's imagine having like in one comic or one special, it's like you got Batman helping you out with like some sort of mission. Or something.
It's just a little bit sad from the perspective though of sad is probably not the right word, but you know, when you see someone who sees Goku on screen and goes, "That's Goku from Fortnite," and you're just like, "Whoa!"
That is.
You know, did you hear what happened to Mr. Beast? Someone came up to him and asked for his autograph because he saw him in Fortnite.
That's the truth, though. It's like you haven't made it in the world if you're not in Fortnite.
That's how it is. Yeah. It's weird. It's strange.
Like, one day I'll get LGX character in Fortnite.
Cool. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's a sick character, though. It would be sick.
You know what you need to do as well? Like, you know, as you're creating the character, at some point you should cosplay as LGX.
Well, one day when you fix my fitness, then
that's what we're doing. You've been.
Did I mention he's in fitness?
I don't think we mentioned that.
I think we mentioned
we skipped that part quite a bit, but yeah. Well, do you want to transition to that?
We can talk about it.
We could talk about how you got into fitness.
All right. Yeah. Well, honestly, like where it started was, you know, we grew up in a town called Broadmeadows. For those that don't know,
shout outs to Brody.
Was it really a town there?
Oh my god!
Would you consider it like friendly town?
No. Now it's decent. Better. Now it's decent. Anyone that's watching this go, bro, what are you talking about? Brody's so good, but if
the off branch of Brody, Dallas. Isn't that still bad?
That's still, look, it's getting better. It's improving. It's on up. But back then when we were growing up, man, Brody was messed up, man. Like you couldn't go out once the street lights were on. Like you better be inside. Yeah. But I used to get bullied quite a bit at school and outside in the street. So I think the last straw was once I spent this whole lunchtime in the dumpster because these boys threw me in and sat on top and spent the whole lunchtime on top so I couldn't get out. And after that point,
one of the dudes was a family friend. Yeah, one of the dudes was a family friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then so one of the guys, you know, I told my dad about it, and like he got really, really mad but that wasn't the final straw. The final straw was when I was riding home on my bike, and I was so happy. I had the training post in one hand because I was going to buy some like PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 1 games at that time, and I had chicken and chips from Super Chicken. If anyone's grew up in that knows, Super Chicken was, I think they had crack in the gravy, like legit. Well, like how Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in their recipe. They had cocaine 100% in their gravy. Like I'm not saying 100%, 90%.
It was so good. It was so good.
Oh man, it was like So I was super happy. Like riding home, I'm like, I'm gonna eat my Super Chicken. And all of a sudden, like I'm riding past this house, and I'm like, all right, I know the rules. Don't make eye contact. There's a few of them on the veranda or whatever you want to call it in your area, and I'm just riding. I'm minding my own business. I've passed the house. Sigh of relief. Everything is good, and all of a sudden, I fall off my bike because some assholes come, karate kicking like he fly kicked me in the back while I was riding, and I've fallen down, and my chicken and chips has fallen all over my training post, which is a newspaper. Like for those that don't know, those horrible days. And then he tried to grab the bike and hit me with it. Like and like you said, our family friend was just there watching, didn't stop him or anything like that. And then when I got home, and my dad's like, "What happened to you? What happened to your bike?" He got super mad. He grabbed the closest thing he could, which was a hammer, and he went knocking on the door with the hammer. So he was just knocking on the door, like, and leaving holes in the door and the parents opened up and like, "What the hell's going on? What's wrong?" And he's like, "Where's your son? Where's your son?" And he's like, it was super mad. And I was just standing there like, because I was little skinny boy back then, just standing there going, "That's my dad."
Let him try you now, bro.
Yeah, well,
come back now, bro.
Oh, no, but it's just, and then after that, honestly, I started.
Later years, they became friends.
Well, all those people,
some of them.
Yeah.
No way.
Honestly, so after that, that's pretty much where the fitness came in. I didn't want to be bullied anymore. Like I started doing push-ups like you do in your room. We had a bar in the garage, so I started doing pull-ups and stuff like that. And I remember asking Dad for what's it called? Was it Chuck Norris that had his own
Yeah.
What was it called? Does anyone remember?
Total Fit. I don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
Total Gym.
Total Gym. Yeah. It was so sick. Then it was like, you know, it was Chuck Norris used it. So if Chuck Norris used it, I want that shit. So my dad invested in it. I was training every day. It was mostly just arms though. Like I never trained legs back then.
Yeah.
And that's from there we went into Broady Gym and then everyone that lives in Victoria at some point went to 5-Star Fitness. That's the next step.
That was the pinnacle
There
of
was
training.
Doherty's.
Doherty's is huge.
That was later in life.
Yeah, that was later. Yeah.
But Doherty's is very serious, man. Like that's where serious bodybuilders in Australia go to train because it's like a dark dungeon sort of. You know,
shout outs to Tony
Doherty. But 5-Star Fitness was the next step. Like that's they always for about 30 years the price to get in was $3.30. Never changed until recent times, like during COVID or something like that. It was like they tried to get more people in, and it was like $1.10. It was really weird.
But the place, like, you know, even though we loved it, it's just never changed.
Oh no,
over like 15 years. Just never changed. Not even new equipment. It's just never changed.
But you know what? It got us nice and juicy at one point.
Nice and juicy.
Nice and juice.
Fair enough.
And I don't mean that by gear, like 100% natural. I promise. Happy to do urine test. You know, surprise me in the streets.
They can.
I'll do it.
Surprise me.
They're looking at the camera. They can tell you're natural.
Oh shit! All right. Oh, we're doing those. No, actually, I got tested once. I was training at Derrimut Airport West, and this officer from ASADA basically comes in and is like, we need a urine test. You gotta like pee in front of him. Like, so it's a surprise urine test. So in case, you know, you think you can use some sort of performance enhancing off season, you can't. Like you just, some people still do, but either way, I had to pee in front of this dude. And the weirdest part was when other people walked in. Obviously they can't see me, but he can. And that was a weird time. That was a weird time. I'm thinking back now going, I really hope he was an official officer now. I'm not 100%. I should have probably asked him for a card or an ID or something.
Well, rolling it back to those guys that like made you know, start gym and stuff. But that was like our life back then. That was like Broadmeadows. Like when I used to go Upfield Secondary College, so I went. Like, I counted my fights. It was like 9 or 10 fights. Lost them all completely.
Yeah. Did he tell you sometimes you'd start a fight and then he'll be like, me and you aren't fighting? Like, he'd swear at someone's like family and shit and really piss him off. And he's like, at lunchtime, you are my brother. And I'm like,
that was one time. That was one time.
That happened at least two times.
That was one time. And Ali didn't fulfill the fight. So I was like, okay, from now on, I have to do these fights. So I picked on people, like I was year 8, and there was like a year 11 dude, Turkish guy. It's like, hey man, it's like he pushed me and I pushed him back, and I was like, okay, we're doing this. I ended up in a locker for like 3 hours. But shout out to that guy.
We weren't good fighters, man. I don't think either of us.
But you had to be strong. You know?
I don't think either of us ever won a fight.
Dude, I never won a fight, and the thing is, in fights back then, it's like you do dangerous shit. We watched like WWF, right? And WCW. Yeah. There was this one fight that I DDT'd a guy on concrete.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, now thinking about it, I could have killed the dude.
We could have, it's 100%. But that's the thing. Like they say, don't try it at home, and we weren't. We were trying it in school. It's different.
There was this one time.
They didn't say don't try it in school.
There was this one time. I had a friend back then. He had a fight. And he literally powerbombed someone on concrete. I'm like,
that was bad.
They don't even do that in wrestling.
There was some crazy shit. Like people literally were trying wrestling moves on each other at lunchtime. Yeah. But yeah, again, we didn't win any fights, and we sit here now watching UFC going, did you see that?
See that? I could totally step kick this guy.
Bro, just get out of it. It's not even that hard of a lock. But yeah, like no fight wins under
I would love to say I won a fight at school. I would just one. I can't even bring myself to lie about
But that's the thing. I started training in case I ever got into another fight so I can like do well this time. And the thing is, when you're big, you're less likely to get picked on, which is nice, but at the same time, like, damn.
But as you grow up, you want to resolve a fight differently.
Hey,
it's never like,
what do they say? Like all the kids that are watching right now, the best thing to do in a fight is run. Just get out of there, man.
Just run, man.
It's not worth it. Trust
Just
me.
run, and it's like
Honestly, it's not worth it.
I wish I rode my bike faster that day. I still think back, if I had a time machine,
you
I'd be like, ride faster.
Trust me, run away. You live to not fight another.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's not worth it, honestly.
But aside from being bullied and watching wrestling, because all the wrestlers were motivating as well. You see these wrestlers like Sting, Goldberg, and all that, and Big Papa Pump. All those muscles and the way they just threw people. Like, now that some of them jumped up to make it easier, but back then you're like, did you see you just threw him over here?
I want to be like that one
Oh my
day.
God, that's me.
bro, Undertaker died 30 times.
How many times?
How does he keep living?
And it's against his own brother too, Kane.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Why are you fighting your family?
Then you grow up and they find out they're not brothers. Like, what the
that was
fuck?
that was terrible. That was terrible.
Bro,
All
Also,
this time, what, were we even brothers?
Yeah,
Like, what's happening?
but that's also I think must have got attracted to muscular women because remember China from.
Rest in peace.
You too, yeah.
I never used to watch.
Rest in peace,
And
John.
she was part of D-Generation X, and she was the original muscle mummy, and yeah, I think that's pretty much where even her she got me motivated to like want to train and get huge, but then it transitioned as well to anime, so Dragon Ball Z and Street Fighter, like seeing all those physiques and as a kid you think maybe if I train hard enough I can throw a Kamehameha.
So basically, where you ended up,
You got to believe in yourself.
where
son.
you ended up
doesn't work.
is what the legend Hamada said to you. You're big for nothing.
Yeah. No, technically not big for nothing because I the way I train like ollie lifting and it's very, to me, it's, a lot more impressive than just doing curls and stuff like that.
Do you want to explain what
But
that is
why are
for
you big,
people
though?
that don't know?
What?
Ollie lifting?
Why are you big though?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I think
Because he has no answer.
well,
He just
like I
trained.
said,
He
like I
just
said,
kept
I was
training.
a skinny kid. I legit was a skinny kid. So I managed to put on some decent muscle, which was a nice bonus. But the original goal was to get strong, and then just getting bigger was just as a bonus.
Or
You never know. The
to the-
fight could still happen, bro.
It's
In
true.
time.
That's true, but how is he in a fight though?
What? What do you mean?
Well,
you never know what could happen.
Track record, he's lost every one of them. Got
Yeah, but
big
he was
and
small
never
back
had a
then.
fight.
He was small back then, bro. It's different now. He's
Yeah,
got
I
muscle.
know, I know, but it's like
Muscle man.
the bigger you are, harder you fall. That sort of thing.
You know what? Skinny Ali was 0 and 69. I don't know.
Yeah, bigger you are, the harder you fall. That's if you fall, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But you know
He
what?
doesn't know his balance.
I've made a huge mistake if I do ever get into a fight because having long hair is a huge disadvantage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not good.
And you wear glasses.
Yeah. I'm ticking all the boxes. I'm getting fucked up.
But just so the fans know and all the viewers, like, what's ollie lifting?
Yeah.
So ollie lifting is Olympic lifting. So you see it in the Olympics. That's the one where a lot of these names for these, anyone that doesn't know it, it's always going to sound dirty as fuck. But the snatch, the snatch is where you grab the barbell.
You just made it dirty.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I know. Honestly, it
because-
wasn't that bad.
It's
You,
only,
you like set it up.
no.
wasn't that
If
bad.
I wanted to make it dirty, it would have been like the snatch.
Yeah.
I did it. I said snatch.
But you did it now.
Yeah. Well, it was an
Send,
example.
send that clip to Len.
Anyway, the snatch is when you grab the barbell from the floor straight overhead in one movement, right? And then the clean and jerk is where, see,
Just keep going, man.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so the clean and jerk is where you get it up to your shoulders and then in another movement, jerk it overhead. So those are the two. He's lost it. See?
So are these called this in other countries as well?
Yeah, man, that's their names. Man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's their names. But those movements are really, really complex and hard to learn. But once you do, it's beautiful to watch. It's, to me, like I used to be big into powerlifting, which is you'll see the squat, bench, and deadlift, which most people that train will know about, even those that don't train.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool and all, but when you watch a powerlifting event, there's the competitor and then there's all these people spotting them. Like when someone's lifting over 300 kilos, they usually have about 5 people spotting them. And it just looks crowded. And it's still cool. Like it's still amazing to watch some powerlifters move a shit ton of weight. But when it's ollie lifting, it's just the person, the bar, no one else. You know, if you die, you die.
Jesus.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
Also, Lan is his wife. For anyone that doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, tell him her real name.
Yeah, so we call her Super Lamb, but her name is Alana Pooley. She
Shout
won't
out.
say it. She'll appear on this show at some point
Hopefully, yeah.
to talk about nutrition, but she's too humble to say, but she's probably one of the best nutritionists in Australia, if not the best.
Yeah.
Bias aside, obviously, as a husband, I have to say that, but she works with general public. And for those from Australia, she works with a bunch of AFL players, which is freaking cool.
Respect,
yeah, man, like that's huge. And she doesn't flex.
She's also like
She doesn't know. She actually doesn't.
she's also my nutrition person.
yeah,
She's my nutrition master.
and she's and he's shout outs to Code. He's actually been doing really well.
I have been doing really well.
has.
Yeah, honestly.
Because Alana yells at me.
She does.
In a respectful way, though.
You know what though,
Is
man? I'm so proud of you. This is the best you've done in a very long time. Not just training wise. Like training, you've always been really good at the training part. It's the nutrition part that you've impressed me with recently, and it pisses me off that you get people that comment on like I know, but I read them and they're like, you should go to the gym. Bitch, he trains probably way more than
He
you
even
and your.
posts it every day.
No,
I don't know.
no, that's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
does. He posts it every
it
day.
just pisses me off because
even though it doesn't really matter, people say what they say online, but it's like it's funny when they reply to my story at the gym. They say
That's what I'm saying.
you should go to the gym.
I swear to God,
I'm like,
there has to be
I don't know what this.
either.
What do I do with my hands? I don't know.
Either these people are legit, have been dropped down a flight of stairs as a baby, or they must be bots. Like that's the only other thing that I can think of. It must be a bot to
Again, like you and Saul told me, you guys have said like some people have gone through issues and this is how they vent.
Yeah.
Like, just let them do it.
Most
man.
of these people.
I just don't want them to like me. I'm calm. I'm good with people saying shit to me.
Good.
Like I don't really give a
Yeah,
shit.
you're.
But I'm saying if they say it to other people that can't handle
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the problem. Like some people.
Not like Goggins, bro. Goggins will record it and put it on his headphones and
Goggins,
listen to it.
shout outs to Goggins.
He's a crazy
like,
bitch.
like I love Alana, I love you and stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason like I've been pushed a lot is him. Like
Yeah.
I see his stuff is like the
He
guy's
is-
like insane. Like the amount he motivates me is heaps. But the thing is, I'm legitimately scared to meet this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, because he'll yell at you.
I'll just think he'll yell at me.
No, I reckon he'll punch you, and then there'll be another fight that you
He'll,
lose.
he will literally beat me up, and I'll know why. Even
Yeah.
though
Mate, honestly, you meet Goggins, another loss on your belt. Like, yeah, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
But no, you've done really well.
Thankfully,
You've-
yeah. He has, he actually has.
And for those out there that are in the same boat as Code and just focusing like a lot something
it's
that
hard work.
it is.
It's a hard work, and you hate days. Like you even hate weeks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you will see progress. You will see, even if it's little
Yeah.
increments every week. But as long as it's happening, there's no like always in a rush to lose the weight, to lose like pounds, kilos, all that. I wanted to lose it in 3 months. I wanted to be awesome in 3 months. But it's like
doesn't work like
you
that.
you effed yourself up for like 30 years,
Exactly.
or 30 years. How do you expect to be good in like 6 months?
And that's the problem. That's the thing with the fitness industry. Like a lot of them promote these 6-week plans and these lose this much in 8 weeks. But the problem is, what are you losing? If you're just focusing on losing weight, you're probably losing muscle as well. And you know that's not a healthy thing to do. Especially most of these people just rebound anyway. Like it's not something that's sustainable. You want to do something like Code said. If it's taking you 5 years to get to the point that you are unhappy with right now, what makes you think it's going to take a week to clean up? Like it's going to take time.
Like there's people I know that have lost like 60 kilos. They've lost all the weight, but how they've lost it, it's like they still don't feel good. They don't.
Yeah.
I want to feel good.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I'm healthy. I want to feel like when I get out of bed, I got so much energy that I can do like fucking climb a mountain or some shit.
Yeah.
These people that I know that have lost the weight and stuff, it's like they seem down, drained. It's like they don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If it's something that's not sustainable, if they're doing like I don't want to talk too much about nutrition because it's not my field, but basically, if you're doing something that you hate, like if you're eating foods that you hate because it's gonna get you like the dream body of yours, but if you're not eating anything that you like, you're gonna be depressed. Like if it's not something that you can sustain. like, don't get me wrong, there's while you're trying to get to a certain point, especially if you have any underlying health issues that I don't want to get too into, like we said, Lan will cover all that in more detail. But it's just you got to be able to enjoy the process, not just the food, but also the training. Like, if the people that get the best results are usually the ones that are enjoying at least some of it.
And once you get used to this stuff and you know how to allocate food and you know how to enjoy your time, your friends are not as miserable with you as well.
Yeah.
Because when you go out with your friends during these diets that he's talking about and during these lifestyle that he's talking about, your friends are always worried what to eat or what to drink and stuff because they don't know how to interact or, supplement you while they're out with you. Yeah. And I always hated that feeling. I always hated going out with my friends or my family or anyone because they had to change because of me. And that's a problem. I find that a problem with myself personally. So me adapting to this a lifestyle that I can keep going on with beyond diets, like it's a lifestyle now. Even if it's slower, it works out.
Yeah, and you, like I said, if you're just going by scale weight, you definitely most likely will be disappointed. Like, scale weight is not a huge indicator of exactly how you're progressing, because there's going to be days where you're holding more water. There's going to be days where, you've put on a bit more muscle. There's, so many factors that can change or make your weight fluctuate. So if that's the only way you're tracking, you'll definitely be sad on some days. So just do things like maybe take a weekly photo in front of the same spot, same underwear if you can, same time of the day, and just look at the photos and see the progress for yourself, because it's hard to see it every single day in the mirror. And the other thing that I do with Code, Daniel, and a few others is weekly we do measurements. So circumference measurements around the arm, waist, quads and stuff like that, so you can see your progress that way as well. Do something like that. Don't just fixate on what the scale weight says. All right. And if you want real help, if you're not sure what to do, see a professional nutritionist or dietitian.
Also, this is us saying you love you.
Yeah, of course.
Do what you like. Do to make you happy. It's like if you're happy with your body, your look, that's fair enough. All we ask, or I ask, not even ask, I'm just putting it out there for myself. It's just to be healthy.
That's it.
If you want to wake up and just feel good, that's all it's about. No matter what you look like, just feel good, be healthy.
Yeah.
Because you want to live a long time. You want to be around for the good days. That's
measurements are so much better, honestly.
Yeah,
it's so much better than scale weight.
It also keeps you motivated and accountable.
And also counting calories is amazing.
Yeah, well,
use MyFitnessPal. I swear to God, it's life changing.
The thing is, it's not for everyone. Some people need certain things, and then, like I said, if you have someone who's
calories is not amazing.
Not just that, but
no, it's not amazing. That app itself is so easy to use.
But it gets a bit more complicated when someone has any underlying issues, like diabetes is another one. Like, you can't just eat what you want.
Also, the Hevy app. We should talk about that.
Yeah, the Hevy app's good. Hevy app's really good for those training. If you want to track or log your training, there's a app called Hevy, which I think Maestro over there will make it pop up at some point.
Right now, that's what we're using. We're using Hevy app. We track what we're doing. I track what they're doing. Yeah, and it's pretty good. Like, it's a mini social for gym stuff. So this is the Hevy app. We're gonna put it here.
Hevy. Yeah. If you guys make an account, leave it in the comment section, and I'll follow you guys.
That's fun. That's a good point.
We'll track each other.
And any of you that want to stay accountable, if we can put up our accounts on here, but if you want in the comments, put yours, and we'll give you a follow, and we'll track each other's progress in training, which is
it becomes you kind of get competitive with her as well. It's good. It's good. Keeps you on track.
He's good.
Yeah. Did you train today?
I'm training later. Relax.
Relax.
I'm still going to train.
You don't have to ask. You can just check your Hevy app.
I could have checked his Hevy app that he hasn't trained in the last 2 days.
No, I trained. Yes, The day before I trained.
He's been he's been doing really good.
Yes, I have.
Last
I've been
week.
training.
Last week he had the best results for measurements. He was the MVP.
Yeah, until this week, but we'll learn to.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You're gonna have up weeks and down weeks. You're gonna have good days, bad days, but just don't fall off the.
The Colonel got me, bro. The Colonel got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically after all that talk about fitness and stuff, but yeah, him and Sol are the reason that I stay accountable and that I stay progressing. So I appreciate them helping me out. And yeah, it's like it hasn't even been on and off. After the hospital, it's been
consistent.
It's been pretty on. And the thing is, like, I need you well and alive so I can kick your ass in Street Fighter 6. That's the main reason.
Bro, if I'm going out in like a couple months, there's bigger issues going on.
It's true.
But Ali comes every day, literally every single day.
Yeah, Code's got a really cool setup
us.
here, and I think it's nice to be able to train with my brothers and my nephew over here.
We got a pretty good solid gym here.
We do.
When we move to the warehouse, it'll be even
it's
better.
gonna be amazing.
Yeah. And hopefully, like, if Phil Heath ever comes to Melbourne, he can train here. We got Eddie wanting to train here.
This kid, he got invited to train with Phil Heath. For those who not into bodybuilding and weight training, Phil Heath.
Like, I was in the city. I was in his destination, and I was able to just go there and probably train. But I wouldn't train with him.
What is the thing?
Why would you train with him?
You got invited to train with Mr. Olympia, bro.
Yeah,
Mr. Olympia.
Why would you not train with him?
Why would I train him?
Why not? What do you mean?
Bro, he lifts too much.
So what? You don't have to lift as much as him.
It's just the experience, man. Like, imagine you're an up and coming artist and be like, oh, I get to have a day where I do some.
It's like I would have been in the same destination as him, like going to his gym, right? And he's like, have you seen when he goes to gym?
Yeah.
Like there's a crowd around him, and he lifts like megatons, and I'll be just there, just like.
Yes.
Sup,
You
bro?
don't think he knows that? Inviting you?
As a bodybuilder too, he doesn't always lift heavy weights. It's more about the contraction, just nice and slow movements and stuff like that. So,
well, I don't want to count this as the first meeting. I want to, like, if he comes to Melbourne, let that be the first meeting.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. I think it was a
That's
missed
sick.
opportunity.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, you could have shown him how strong your triceps are.
He does. He's actually got.
He's got insanely strong triceps. You should have just done that
On one exercise.
You should have just walked in.
on one exercise.
You should have
coming
walked
for you
in,
on that exercise,
did some
bro.
tricep push down, and then just walked out.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I gotta go.
Let him know.
I gotta go,
Just do
Phil.
that. But
gotta go.
speaking of like bodybuilders and strongmen, we got like Eddie was supposed to, like, he was in Melbourne not long ago, but he was busy. He had to go back. But
Did you tell him who Eddie is? Do they know who Eddie is?
I was gonna like introduce him like when he's here.
Yeah, but either way, just make a photo pop up like magic Shaddy.
Yeah.
But Eddie was also on. I think it was America's Got Talent.
America's or Australian?
No,
America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in America.
Lifted this big like log.
He's got
but then he started.
I know.
He was for singing. He's got an angelic voice.
He does. Yeah, he's got a
singing,
very
beautiful
beautiful voice.
Yeah, like Code said, for singing, bro. I was like, he's got the. Yeah,
he got the guitar.
He's a cool dude.
He's a very cool dude.
Yeah.
So when he comes here, he said he wants to train first.
Yeah.
So we'll train, then we'll go on the podcast.
Yeah, but he's an actual like strongman, like not just saying that he's like,
world class strongman.
Yeah. So he's competed.
He's a strong man.
He's competed
100% gonna be scary.
Yeah, but he's so nice though. That's the thing. He's like, hey,
but he looks scary.
Hey.
Yeah, but he looks scary.
He does not look scary. He looks like the happiest
nice
He
guy.
looks just like a.
Nah, he's a nice dude, and hopefully.
Like in a fight, you're done.
Yeah, I assume that.
Bro, we just said that.
We just lost to everyone.
We can't beat anyone.
Bro, we can't say we can beat
But
anyone
if
in
we
a
all
fight. We
team
have
up,
no
bro,
track
teamwork
record.
makes the dream work,
yeah,
bro.
I'll tag.
Nah, I think he'll beat all three of us, even in a fight.
Like, I can't picture Eddie angry, but if he is angry, I'll probably be scared of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But is there any other guests like from the fitness industry that you'd want on here?
Yeah.
Arnold, bro. Arnold won't come here. Though.
Joey Swole.
Joey Swole will be good.
That's not a bad.
Joey Swole would be sick.
We need his positivity.
Yeah, he's very positive.
He'll be a good.
C-Bum.
C-Bum is like the current.
See, I'm like into fitness because of him. I don't know everyone, so I don't.
C-Bum is the classic Mr. Olympia. So there's Mr. Olympia where they're massive monsters, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the classic physique where they do the
Yeah.
Very nice posing, small waist, you know.
Okay.
And that's who's the current champion. He's like won 3 or 4 times in a row now.
Yeah.
I would like to get like UFC fighters when they're down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Holloway.
Like
as
Max
well?
Holloway.
Yeah,
Max
he's the
Holloway
best.
would be dope because he's a gamer as well.
What about what's his name? The Starband.
Oh no,
Israel. Israel. Yeah,
Adesanya.
he'll be dope.
Adesanya,
of course.
He's big into his anime and
Yeah, that's true.
So he'd love
But
this.
he seems like a busy guy though.
Hezbollah. He's technically part of UFC, so
Bro, if we're gonna-
he is in the fitness industry.
If you want to get Hezbollah on here, talk to Danny from Royal Stacks. Some of the best burgers in the world, by the way. Shout out
Best
to Royal
vanilla.
I almost
blue.
wore my Royal Stacks shirt, but the thing is, I've gotten a little bit bigger since I got that shirt, so don't fit into
Respect.
it. No, not all good, bigger.
Oh,
but
sorry.
yeah. So, but if you ever want to get him, he's probably
Well,
They have the best blue heavens as well.
anyone that comes to Melbourne from all around the world that knows me, like if you want to be on the podcast, just message us, message the podcast, message me. Just let us know if you're down here.
You know,
I know Melbourne is like really hard to get to.
Yeah, but you know who just moved into the neighborhood, right?
Who?
Big Shaq.
Did he? Is he here now?
No, I don't know if he's here.
Wait, Big Shaq is yeah.
No, Big Shaq. You're
just
talking
Shaq.
Just
There's
Shaq.
there's
Yeah,
another
there's
guy
two.
named Big Shaq.
Oh, is there a
Yeah.
Big Shaq?
Yeah.
What? Who the
Come
hell
on,
is Big
no.
Shaq?
Man's not hot.
Man's not hot.
Man's
man.
not hot.
Is he bigger than Shaq?
Quick,
No,
no.
but that's his name, Big Shaq.
Ah, fuck.
You don't know? Remember the quick math me?
Oh, yeah.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
That guy.
That
guy's
guy's
name's
Big Shaq.
Big-
It's
you guys
like
are
you're
Big
gonna
Shaq.
get people confused.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Shaquille O'Neal, yes.
Shaq is apparently moved into the area. So just
Apparently, he has a house here,
If
like
he
in
is.
my area.
Yes.
We should have said that. Now people know.
it's true. Probably should.
Don't specify the
Yeah.
area.
Don't
Yeah.
specify that.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I haven't said it. And I'm
Don't
not-
search up Shaq.
Either way, like if we see him around walking his dog or something, we should can't kidnap him. That's kidnapping.
We'll
Yeah,
introduce
we
him-
could not
we'll
even
intro-
kidnap Shaq. We couldn't even attempt to kidnap him.
Why are we even talking
Yeah,
about
like-
kidnapping Shaq?
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
No,
even if
now
we
he's never going to be on this show because he's like,
Bro, we couldn't even if we attempted it, there's no way we could be
yeah,
able
I can
to.
just
The
imagine
man's a giant, bro.
Daniel grabbing onto his.
He's a giant. I'm breaking my neck.
Well,
looking
if
at
he
it.
is walking his dog,
What are you doing?
we can introduce him to our little homie.
Yeah.
Our new guy, Goki.
Listen.
Goki. Named
Which-
after
which-
this.
Yeah,
this guy.
named
We're
after-
scared to bring him in here
named
because
after
there's
this
all
guy
wires
right
and
here.
stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want
Yeah,
him
there's too
biting on
many
stuff.
wires here. He'll eat everything, but he's going to be on the future podcast.
Yeah, we're training him. He'll get better.
I think we should probably put him on next week's one, just for a bit.
I think by next week he'll be a little bit more trained.
Yeah.
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 He's adorable.
He's so
Shout
cute.
out to
But
Shaddy as well, who's been doing some heavy lifting, keeping him in check.
Yeah, shout out Shady.
But Shaddy's, I'm pretty sure Shaddy's happy with it. He
Yeah.
loves the dude as much as I love the dude.
we
I
all
know, but you
love-
can never tell with
we all
Shaddy.
love him.
You can never tell. He's got that monotone voice, and
Yeah.
then he's got that.
Beautiful.
It's got a
monotone.
sexy voice. It's not a
Yeah.
monotone voice.
Oh,
Sexy.
it's just it's sexy when he wants
So
to be.
hot,
Like
man.
say something.
Like,
say
it's like
something
the
hot.
R&B request line voice.
Yeah. What's that? No, love song dedications back on.
That's it.
Yeah, on Mix 101.1. Say that. Hey, shout out.
He doesn't know the line. He has to
Hold on.
rehearse.
No, he's doing it.
He's not
I
gonna
don't
do
know
it.
the line.
No, Shaddy. Look, I'm just calling in.
You're
Hold
stuttering.
on. I'm not stuttering. Shaddy, I just called in. We're like, hey, it's me and my girlfriend's 2-week anniversary, and I just want to dedicate Shaggy as it wasn't me to her, please.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what you said.
I don't know what he said either. I don't know what's going on.
Daniel, did you?
It
Just
wasn't me.
pretend,
Oh, you
pretend
want
you're
to-
gonna play a song for him.
you
No,
want
they don't get it.
You
They
want
don't
us
get
to
us.
play? It wasn't me.
Help.
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
yeah, and then that's
You're
where
like, now
that's
playing.
where it comes. There you go.
Why is
Daniel.
Why is he dedicating "Wasn't Me" to his girlfriend?
Because obviously he cheated on his 2-week anniversary.
Oh, jeez.
Daniel's the only one that got that.
Yeah.
It's just that was too advanced.
Pass your heads.
That
bro.
was too
Pass your heads, not over your heads. Pass your heads.
Jesus Christ, Daniel. We were doing so good. Just a bunch of dracs over here, bro.
But hopefully, like in the next coming weeks, we're gonna have Maria here.
Yeah, Maria.
Yeah, she's gonna talk.
Explain who Maria is.
Maria.
Carrie?
Maria,
No, that's Mariah.
Mariah.
Sorry.
She's her biggest fan.
But
Oh,
Mariah
okay.
Carey was
Alright.
here. My dad's part of that podcast.
That's
too,
true.
bro.
We couldn't
There's
we wouldn't be able to keep your dad out. if
No
Mariah
way.
Carey came out.
No.
She's an amazing author
Yeah.
and screenwriter, and also I think she's doing producing now.
Yeah, Land
But
Road.
I'm not gonna talk about anything she has coming because I want her to explain.
No,
it.
that's fair.
Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
but we will post a picture here. I love posting these pictures
Mm.
because it makes me feel like the news.
You know where you should. You know where you should do it. You know where I don't know if the camera is pointing at the.
No, I don't think it's
it's not.
getting-
It doesn't work there. So,
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that side.
I was gonna say because that could just be the
Yeah.
But Lan read one of her books and she really liked it. So yeah, it's
Maria's fun. She's
she posts a lot of memes which make me laugh. So she seems cool.
she's a fun person.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's why she'll be like an amazing guest for the show.
She's always injured though.
I-
dude.
She's unfortunate.
every time,
yeah,
every
unfortunate
time I
events.
see her, she's
Like-
injured.
Yeah.
Like the world, like it has it out for her.
Yeah.
But she's a strong one.
Yeah,
No, she's-
respect. You got to respect it.
She just keeps
Bounces
coming back,
back,
right?
right?
But
Yeah, she broke her. I think it was.
What doesn't
her
kill
leg.
you makes you stronger.
Was it her
bro.
leg? She broke her leg.
I
Then,
don't
like
know,
a few months later, she's like, still got a cast on. I'm like, well, you still got a cast on. She's
She's
like, oh, there's another one. I'm like, damn.
we'll just keep rebuilding her, dude. She'll
Yeah.
just keep, you know.
But what's called the more you break, isn't it? You become stronger.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Is
not
it-
always.
But isn't it like what was it called? Is it called Wolf's Law? Is that-
It's where like enough impact on the joints and see I just moved.
yeah.
But it can strengthen.
So now she's like a, T1000.
she's
not
not
like a cyborg.
She's not a bionic.
Cyborg.
But the thing is, when she's injured, she's always injured in the most weirdest ways, man. Like
But here's the thing, man. She's happy and she's like,
Yeah, respect.
she's dope now.
She's very
yeah.
energetic the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time I met her.
I,
Respect.
God,
good, she's
God,
cool.
is there any wood? Is there any wood? Knock on wood. I want her to come here in like not a full. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wood
That's
enough.
wood.
You gotta
Yeah. She's just rolls in with like crutches and like. So,
No,
Don't jinx
hopefully not.
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Shout out to Mary.
Shout out.
Again, she's a tough one, and we can't wait to have you, man.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. Have we covered everything that you wanted to cover? Is there anything else?
What else is there?
We
Shady?
can talk
Wait,
about
going back to the topic of fitness, I noticed he's like kind of rolling back a bit
Yeah.
because I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
It made it very clear, at least from personal experience and from some people in the room, the gym can be very intimidating.
Yeah.
And even getting onto the track of a workout journey.
Yeah.
And I want to ask all of you, or specifically Ali as well,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to someone who's looking to start their fitness or workout journey and are nervous or don't know where to begin?
No, that's a good question.
And like, what would you say helps you stay consistent?
Thank you for calling in, Shadi. Appreciate it. Well, great question.
See, that's what when he said that. That's what you should have replied. With the now playing this.
All right, it's gone now.
That's good. I like that.
Thank you, sir. You can steal it. But basically, look, the gyms, especially commercial gyms, can be a little bit daunting. Especially now, like when you watch a whole bunch of TikTok fitness videos and they say, don't do lat pull downs, don't do this, this is not the best way to do it. Like there's just so many contradicting videos. Honestly, just get in there and start doing something. And if you're not ready to go to a commercial gym, just start at home. There's so many things you can do at home, especially for someone who hasn't trained. If their body isn't conditioned, you're even just doing step-ups on like a staircase is going to be huge for your body. Like it's going to be a huge start. Doing push-ups, but on like the kitchen bench. So obviously you're probably not advanced enough to do push-ups on the floor. So if you just do it on
Like an
a high,
incline.
high bench, it's going to be a whole lot less of your body weight, so it's easier to do. There's so many good, like actual good videos, not just controversial videos to get likes on there. That will teach you how to do things training at home, and it's a good way to not only get stronger, but like get the soreness out of the way, and learn how to move properly. So you'll feel better, but also it's a huge thing for confidence. You get way more confident, and then the gym doesn't sound so scary. And even if then the commercial gym is still not something that you're ready to go for, there's so many like personal training studios and places around that do small group training, not classes like 20, 30 people, but just small group training. So it's still personalized, but in a much smaller environment than a commercial gym where you go in and you don't know anyone and you don't know what this machine does and you're too scared to ask someone, because it can be like,
It can be like that.
yeah, there's some really crazy looking people out there with their
Speaking of
hoodies
small
on.
studios, do you know any?
Yeah, man. Like if you're in Melbourne, we run one called Full Fitment, which has been running for I think like 12 years now. Shout outs to Lan for starting that up. The reason she started that was one-on-one personal training is expensive, and that's why a lot of people don't do that either. So, because that's a good way to get into it. Get a personal trainer, get them to teach you about how to move, what these machines do, and then when you're ready, let them throw you out of the nest and fly on your own. But the reason, money can be a problem for people doing one-on-one. So Land created small group personal training. So it's 3-4 people, and it feels still personal, but you get the benefit of training with other people who motivate you, keep you accountable, cheer you on, be a little bit competitive with,
make new friends.
Yeah, and it's cheaper. So there's places around like that, like Full Fitment. So have a look around, see in your area, in your country, and boost your confidence. And at some point, hopefully, either stick with that if that's your thing, or we've had a lot of people come through, and at some point they've decided, hey, I'm ready to train on my own, and you lose clients, but that's a good thing. It's you've helped them get to the point where they're confident enough to do their own thing and feel good about themselves and good about their technique, that they can do it on their own. And
I found it easier, before gaining a routine at the gym. For me, I was like that person that didn't want to go to the gym, especially commercial gyms.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started walking a whole bunch. I started doing the 10,000 steps a day, and that built a routine that made me able to kind of transition into gym. Yeah. And that, because you're kind of used to a routine. And if that's something you can, that's something you can do. It's like, if you don't want to go to commercial gyms yet, it's like doing a fitness routine, no matter what it is, will help you get to that second stage, which will be the gym. But commercial gyms are daunting now, especially because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I know Joey Swole has an amazing channel and he's amazing positivity.
Yep.
But his videos show you why people don't go to the gym.
Yeah, it is. It is. Look, it's a very small population of people who film others for their enjoyment, and it is sad when you film people who are trying to better themselves and already they probably had arguments with themselves for months on end. I want to go gym. No, I don't. I want to go gym, and they finally got the courage to step out, get a membership or buy a casual thing, get into the gym, try and learn, and all of a sudden some dickhead decides to film them, put them online.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Hey, it's a shit move, man.
Use it as comedy. And it's like
they're there to improve. Like, why are you laughing at them?
For a few likes, and you know what? I'm glad Joey Swallow calls these people out, because those people are pieces of shit. If you laugh at someone trying to make themselves healthier and make themselves, and learn, then you're scum of the earth, and you should take a hard look at yourself. And I don't know what's happening in your life that's making you that sad, but I hope it gets better, because that's the only reason I can think of for you to be that much of an ass.
But you also get the good people in the gym.
Yeah,
of course.
I've had a couple of times people help me.
There's always the good side. There's always a good side, but sadly, they're the minority of the video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like you said, with the Joey Swole stuff, a lot more people are becoming less and less likely to come up and help with someone's technique and stuff like that, because they're worried that they're going to be
labeled a creep,
because you're like, and the thing is, it's kind of happened before. Like, I saw this girl deadlifting in one of the commercial gyms, and her form was like, I don't want to say bad, but it was if she kept going that way, she was going to have like a huge amount of problems in the long run, lower back wise and stuff like that. And I went up to her and I was like, can I, is it all right if I give you some advice? Because I wasn't a PT there, but I was working at that gym. And then she just looked at me and said, no, so if you can please, like, and that's fine. Like, I'm happy to do that, but it's just, sometimes people take it the right way and sometimes people take it the wrong way. Like, they think you're, and the thing is, she's probably been hit on so many times, and
goddamn, you're a creep.
there was not a lot of phones back then, like, in those days. So I don't think there's any videos of me floating around, but,
that'd actually be a funny video. It's like, we're at the gym and Ollie's helping me out. It's like, excuse me, back away.
I have a boyfriend. so no, but it's
Code, I'm training you. Shut the fuck.
it's just it is. It's a weird time. That's for sure. But I think it's slowly improving, especially with people like Joey Swole, calling people out for being dicks.
Yeah.
If you have that possibility to help someone, help them.
Yeah.
If you need help, reach out to people.
Yeah.
And
like this person.
It's no stress at all. But honestly, if you do see someone like struggling under a barbell in a bench press, don't just leave them there choking because you think you're going to end up in some video. Like literally try and help if you can. Like don't let that person die.
You might be labeled a creep, but a super creep.
That's true. And then hopefully Joey will be like, no, that guy was just helping that other person from dying. So yeah, come to your defense. I can't do the Joey, I don't even have a hat. One of you have to do the Joey.
Nah, I can't do Joey.
Nah,
Joey.
you'd also
Joey's
put it
so
back.
funny, bro.
Put it back like Ash Ketchum. Before he probably does that before making a video. He probably just goes,
Joey can backflip. I can't.
oh shit,
He's a
nice.
beast.
Shadi, were you gonna ask something?
I was just saying, going back to the question.
Yes.
If someone's starting their workout journey, I kind of want to rephrase it as a fitness journey, disregarding the gym.
Yeah.
How would they go about that? Would it be starting off with nutrition and then doing stuff at home?
You would say nutrition is the 80%,
Yes,
right? Because
80%.
it is.
Nutrition is a huge part of it, but what happens is people usually go way too hard, way too quickly. They try and be better at training. They try and be better at nutrition. They try and do too much too fast. You're better off picking one, focusing on it for a little bit. Once you get that in check, then start introduce. So whether you get your nutrition in check, eating better, counting your calories, doing whatever it is that you're doing to help lose body fat, not lose weight, lose body fat. Yeah. And then once you're comfortable and you feel like you can do that without too much struggle, introduce some sort of training in, and even then before training, just walk, move around. And then, so most people, the problem is they try and get all these meals and stuff like that and try and like revamp their whole kitchen and start training 5 days a week. But the body, you've gone from sitting down watching TV to all of a sudden trying to train 5 days a week. It's a huge shock to the system. The body's not going to be ready for it. And most people end up just being way too sore or end up injured, and then they're like, well, what am I doing this for if I'm going to feel like this? And that's not how it is. If you do one training session a week, see how your body responds, and if it feels good, then add another session. Do 2 a week, and slowly increase the volume until you feel like you can sustain 3 to 4 sessions.
It's like the whole easy transition into it. It's like transitioning, adding more increments, like transitioning properly.
Yeah.
Because as he said, if you go from 1 week, you're just like dormant, and the next week you're like 5 days a week gym.
Yeah.
Your body and mind is like, nah, stop this. Like, it's not good, bro. Trust me. Have a cake.
Well, it's also the amount of you're going from basically no volume. Volume is basically, in a nutshell, let's say you do barbell bench press for 20 kilos, 10 reps. That's 200 kilos worth of volume. And if you do that for 3 sets, and then you do that multiple days, that's a whole lot of volume to go from 0 to all that. Yeah. And that's how you have to think of it. And while your muscles may be able to, like, they'll get sore and potentially be able to handle it, but your joints are going to like hate you for a little bit. So just ease into it. Like anything else, just ease into it.
But it's meant to be sore anyway. If you're everything is sore, it means you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't feel like that all the time. Like once you're more consistent, you don't get as sore until you either push yourself like to new heights or new weights, new PBs and stuff like that. You may feel some soreness or trying a new exercise, but it's never going to be as bad as when you first start. So
the difference is a trip and a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. That's the whole process.
It's also good having people that do it with you around you. It helps motivate you more. Like Ali, Kodes, Soul, Shady,
100%.
everyone. It gets competitive. There's a competitive aspect, especially Goki as
I
well.
have to be healthy for Goki.
Yeah,
that
true.
That guy runs a lot.
Honestly, we do a lot of exercise for that guy.
He's already tripped Code over once so far.
Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that, Shady?
He told me. You want to explain on the podcast?
Yeah.
It's like
so basically, he tripped me over, and I'm like, I can get my footing properly. I can land properly. But then I would have had to step on his foot.
Yeah.
and I chose not to step.
And that's
step on
why.
his foot.
That's
And that's
respect.
And
why.
I'm like, yep, I'll take this death.
I'll take the fall.
And
I'll
this,
take this death.
Respect.
and this is why we're gonna start doing some step ups to work on your balance. So in case that happens again, you'll be
Yeah,
able
I
to-
need some core training.
yeah, and core training as well. 100%. That's good. So you're learning. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the measurements as well help the competitive aspect as well. What I was just talking about, it's good.
You've done really
yeah,
well, Daniel. Like
100%,
looking
yeah.
at you now, man.
Thank you.
Like from the and the thing is, I reckon if you watch from episode 0 to now, you can probably see the
Maybe. I don't know.
from both.
I
Of
can't
you.
really tell, to be honest. But when people say it, then
Yeah.
I just assume
Yeah, it's weird like that. You never see your progress yourself, and then all of a sudden, someone says something.
The only
and you're
thing I
like,
notice is my arms are a bit bigger. I actually
no,
noticed
they're
my
bigger,
arms.
bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
bro.
they're bigger. I know you're flexing.
It's
Give
hard.
me the flex.
It's hard for him because he's like in Charlie's Pizza every day.
Yeah,
And he
but,
can't-
and I can't eat it. Yeah, man, it's worse.
Can't
And they
eat the
look at me
chocolate.
bringing in these like my muscle chef meals.
I saw him. I did.
What is this?
I went in there. I went in there this week to get the Little D special, and he was there eating his meals. Like it was.
Yeah.
So,
Did you
so
eat the
proud.
Little D?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you eat the Little D?
I loved it.
Yeah,
I
he
loved
likes
it.
the pizza, so
Bro,
that's good.
yeah, no, it was so good. It just melts in your mouth.
I wanted to say like one more thing because
Yep.
Daniel was touching a bit on it. How do each of you stay consistent? And what would you?
Well, why are you laughing?
After we talked about the little T's like touching a bit on it, I was like,
He meant the subject.
I'm sorry.
He meant the
all
subject.
right, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What's
I
your
don't
mind
know.
that, man?
Sorry, man.
Yeah, how do each of you stay consistent? And do you have any advice for people on that topic? Like, how do you stay consistent
Well,
in
I'll
the
s-
gym, nutrition?
I'll start because I'm the worst on consistency in this aspect. But the reason I'm consistent now is repetition. Is basically I've done, like I started on literally January 1st and I done a whole month of controlled dieting, lifestyle change dieting actually. I won't even call it a diet.
Yeah.
Gym, water intake, and I've tried to better my sleep. And I've done it for a whole month straight. Now, that whole month straight, as soon as it got to February, every time I thought about, effing up, I wouldn't do it because I'm like, I would lose a whole month that I just did. It's like, why did I do all this for a month? So I want to see what a month from now looks like and what 2 months from now looks like. And we're mid-February now, or past mid-February, and we're heading into March, and I'm like excited to see what the end of the year looks like for
Yeah.
me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I reckon you've been smashing it, and I think end of the year you're gonna actually see the
Hopefully.
some awesome results, and it's just building habits, man. Like it just feels when you start training almost 3-4 days a week, those days where you usually train and you don't train, it feels weird not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And the thing is, I think it all falls down to what you said. Like if you start too quickly and go hard too quickly, it's that. I told you like a couple months ago that I wake up and go to the gym and I hate it.
yeah.
Now I don't.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the gym now, I kind of like enjoy it. It's like I need that routine before I have like my breakfast or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like some days you'll be the most tired, but you'll feel the strongest.
Yeah.
I swear.
It's-
That's why that also motivates me to do it on this.
Yeah.
They're like
Because
not great days.
Even if you're having a shit day and you
Yeah.
feel like, I'm not going to train well, sometimes it is good to have a day off and train the next day. But other times when you go in there and you start moving, even just say, I'm supposed to bench like 100 kilos, but I'm not going to bench 100. I'll just bench 60, 70, just move my muscles. All of a sudden you start moving and you're like, you know what? I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 100. And see
Because I did chest on Monday. I was only gonna do to 72.5s like on my max, and he's like, just do 75s, and I tried it. It was good. Like
Smashed
I did 4. Yeah. It's
For
good.
you,
For me, it's good.
For you Americans out there, we're talking about kilograms.
Kilograms, not
not
LB.
pounds.
Oh,
No,
pounds.
we're
Sorry, yeah.
talking kilograms.
Hey, you know what? If you're just starting and 75 pounds is huge for you, that's awesome.
Honestly,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
honestly.
But we just want to just like.
Bro, I
look
couldn't even do 50 at one stage. Like you get build up.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
So
And
for-
also the other motivation is Fridays. so we can eat.
Yeah, Fridays we go out to. Usually is the day we train and then go out and
check out some
enjoy
cafes.
the week we've had.
Yeah. We do kind of food reviews sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, Shaddy's our dude brings the camera, and if it's good quality footage, he'll put it up. If it's shit, he'll delete it, and it never happens.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Sometimes it may be good. And anyway, so for me though, like obviously trying to become Super Saiyan from just a standard Saiyan.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I've got a big comp in 2026 in Japan. So it's the Masters World Championship. So Masters.
You're prepping for 2 years.
Yeah, like I have to though because
3 years.
Because my legs are too weak. My upper body is very strong, but my lower body compared to it is very weak. So I'm giving myself a few years to get my legs up. So the Masters World Championships for Ollie lifting is anyone over 35. So I'll be competing in the 40-year-old to 44-year-old bracket, probably in the 110 class. That's kilos, body weight.
Yeah.
And I've never been to Japan. So I get to go to the World Championships, which is sick. I get to visit Japan for the first time. And hopefully a whole bunch of you will be coming with us
Fingers
as well.
crossed,
So,
Japan will be sick.
that's my goal. That's what keeps me coming back, even though I put up a video today where I was training and I fell over, and you just get back up and you just keep trying to get stronger.
Going.
That's it, man.
You gotta keep going.
Speaking of Japan was on the cards like for March for me, but I'm not 100% yet. It's not off the table yet, but it's like, now with Goki being existent, it's like, gotta take care of that dude.
Look, he's gonna get to the point where he'll be able to fend for.
It's already got to the point where it's like I will fight someone for him.
Yeah, honestly, same.
It's a different love, man.
Honestly.
It unlocks. Yeah, it's like when someone says, you don't know love until you've had a kid or something like that, and then you're just like, you sound crazy as fuck.
Do you know how they said last week we were talking about love as a choice? It's not a choice with this one.
It's just
not a choice. It just happens.
It just unlocks.
When you open the front door and he just runs to you, it's something different.
And he gallops. He literally.
Bro, when he just looks at you, it's like with his tongue
so
out.
cute.
It's like,
He's
hey, what's up? It's like
he could be thinking about eating us, but we're like,
you're breaking my heart, bro.
Yeah. Nah, he's a little fluffball, man. He's a little marshmallow. He's cute as fuck. But yeah, that's my motivation. And
Goki,
yeah, Goki. But look, I was gonna say as well for people out there, if it took me ages to get both my brothers to train and look after themselves, and the thing is, you can push them as hard as you want. It's very hard to convince anyone to do anything. They have to want to. Like the only thing you can do is try and also focus on yourself. Like. True. I come here, I train here every day while they weren't training. Like they'll see me come here and start training, and they won't, Code would be working on his computer, working the whole day. And then eventually, he'd come in and just peek and have a look, and then, and that's all it is. Just motivate them from the outside, and then eventually, hopefully they come and join you. But you can force someone, but they're not going to stick to it if you force them to do something. Or if you give them,
I just want to go rollerblading again. Can't do that until
Yeah.
If I fall, I won't shatter like glass.
Bro, rollerblading is hard anyway. Even if you're not fit, like you can snap an ankle if you're not careful.
Yeah. One time we went, I did legs, and then one time the next day we went ice skating. I never went. I just watched from the distance. Honestly, I didn't try.
You didn't even try.
Oh, my legs were hurting me so much. I didn't even attempt it. Bro, I was bigger back then. I thought I was gonna break the ice.
You saw him. What happens when he trains legs? Remember the goldfish?
Oh my god!
What was it? The starfish.
That was your fault. You made me do this weird squat that my ass had to hit the ground. My legs could not contain it, and you're like, keep going, bro.
Then it was like, call the hospital. I can't get up.
Daniel was literally so sore that he thought that he was paralyzed, but he was just sore.
Oh, like imagine, I was working at Hungry Jack's on that day. At the time, I was working at Hungry Jack's, and I had to call him. I didn't even
Hungry
know.
Jack's
I'm just really like
Burger King.
Yeah, it's like sorry for anyone that doesn't know, it's like Burger King for you guys here. We call it Hungry Jack's. I'm like. Why are you taking the day off my legs? I couldn't feel them. That's what I literally said. I didn't know how to explain it. They thought I got into a car accident. I'm like, some training.
The scene from Forrest Gump, like, Boba.
Bro, if we were doing like content back then, that would have been amazing content.
Oh yeah, bro. I couldn't walk for 3 days. There was
we had camera phones. Why didn't we do?
I don't know. We weren't thinking back then.
I wasn't at the house at that time, but I remember him calling me. He's like, boys, I can't get off the floor. I think something's wrong. I can't move. They have the soul and stuff have to pick me up.
My friends have a snap of me like
Bro,
taking a picture on
no,
the
no,
floor
no.
like
The
this. I'll
worst-
see if I can get that photo.
Shady, the worst thing is like he's on the floor, right? And he's putting no effort at all. You
Bro,
know how,
I tried.
No.
My
You know,
legs were
you know how
off.
people put effort in when something's happening? Like just put a little stroke. This guy's not dead fish.
There was, one,
Just like,
there was one time I needed to go to the toilet and Sol and I had Sol on this and Ali on this. I stepped on a little piece of wood and my body just took him down with me. And they're like, my neck.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was not a good day. That was one of the other dark days. So, but you know what? Look at you now, man.
Yeah,
you
man.
do
Alhamdulillah.
proper barbell squats
Yeah,
now, not just body
alhamdulillah.
weight, and you're fine. So
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah,
look
because
at-
I'm getting
yeah,
used to it.
Look at you go.
it's good.
The thing that keeps me motivated is people around me training. I don't know if Shady wants me to talk about this, but I'm going to use it anyway because that motivates me. Like, that's one of the most motivating things. There was a time back in the days where me and Shady were very big boys, and we were meant to lose the weight together. He ended up losing it. I ended up getting bigger.
I didn't know Shadi back then. Like,
Yeah, he was big. He got
boy,
bigger than
alright.
me at one stage,
Cool.
to be honest, and he ended up losing. We were meant to do it together. That's one of the main things that motivates me. You know, hanging around with people that train as well motivates me. It's a competitive spirit thing. But it's good.
I know you're trying to catch up to Mo in bench press.
Yeah, I know. I won't. Maybe I'll get there, but I don't think I'll bench the same as he's
So,
doing at the same
right
time.
now, Mo. Well, actually, Sol, not including me. Sol is like the bench press king here.
Yeah.
And then
You do more bench than him.
I
can't
do,
you?
but like we won't count me. And then
She's just next level, bro.
bruh, don't even no. And then Mo's next, and he's doing 100 for reps now,
Yeah.
100 kilo for reps, and
Yeah, he's
you're
big.
slowly catching up. You got the 75
75
this
for
week, so you're
4,
not far
yeah.
off. The way your training is, it won't be too long,
Fingers
especially
crossed.
if he starts slacking.
Yeah.
But then
Don't do
you got the
participation awards.
you got the dark horse.
Don't do
Nah.
participation
Dark
awards.
horse over here is slowly creeping up. Like
Yeah.
he used to struggle with 30 kilo, 40 kilo bench press, and now he's doing 60 kilo for reps, like just quietly, just slowly,
Man,
you know,
They're creeping, bro.
But-
That's what I'm saying. The
So
competitive
what do you
spirit's there.
recommend I drink to get
to get huge.
to get bigger strength?
Legal? No, we talking legal stuff? No, don't. No, you don't need. You just need us. What's the?
Water.
Hey, it's all about the C word, boys. Consistency.
That's it. It's true.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
thought we were talking
consistency.
about creatine.
No, well, hey,
That works too.
that works too. Nah, that's
Natural, bro.
Fair point. Fair point.
Natural.
Creatine is a great supplement that's been studied quite a lot and has shown
Crack.
not crack, not crack.
Oh
all right.
man,
that
that's
was
so good.
all right. Shadi, you got anything else for us?
You want to do the giveaway?
Oh yeah, we could do the giveaways really quickly. Yeah,
let's go, boys.
You don't mind it was Ali? It's like
Pardon?
you don't mind if Ali's good.
Ali's alright.
I
I
can
think
do
it'll
it.
be okay.
I can do it.
Yeah. We'll make it really quickly. Anyways.
I guess if we have like someone like Tom Cruise, we won't do the giveaway. But
yeah, we'll have to start doing giveaways without the guests.
Yeah,
You're Tom Cruise in my
it'll be-
eyes.
Apologies, excess from last time.
You're a Tom Cruise in my eyes, bro.
You can do like a post credit giveaways.
Yeah.
People wait until the end.
yeah, but we were saying it's like, should we do it with the guests on?
No. I think we should
Nah.
pre-record or
Yeah.
post-record
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But I'm saying, are we happy to do it with Ali this time? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Who's winning?
Okay. Well, our first winner today will be Flowy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye.
And Flowy, you have won. Daniel, if you could show us
What do we got? What do we
really
got?
quickly, please.
Got it.
Oh,
Scarlet Witch
that's
cover
nice.
that's been remarked and signed by Bosslogic. Congratulations.
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 It's my best cover to date, I think.
That is
in my
pretty sexy.
opinion.
That's
Yes,
pretty
it's
sexy.
pretty
one.
hot.
Well,
Yeah.
please reach out to us on Instagram or in the YouTube comments, and we'll try and get in touch with you, please.
Yeah, keep in touch.
All right, next person will be Nishia Brownie. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, all right.
I'm always seeing you in our comments and on our socials and being
Appreciate
so
the
supportive.
support.
We appreciate you.
Love
Oh,
you.
that's
Congratulations.
nice.
Here you
This
go.
is the Venom cover.
Don't read that at night. That looks scary as fuck.
That,
Yeah.
a really
It's
cool
so
cover
sick.
as
Yeah,
well.
it is.
Remarked and signed by Bosslogic. Please reach out to us. We'll get that sent to you as soon as possible.
Thanks for the love.
Nice.
We
Last
love you.
Love you all.
and last but not least, we got AK Ruza. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Like, okay.
AK, and you have won another Scarlet Witch cover with remarker as well.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you guys for all the
All of you.
support
Thanks
once
for
again.
the love.
And
Appreciate
thank you for
guys.
tuning in, and thank you for keep coming back. Thank you for your
Yeah.
feedback. I think the show's getting like better and better, and we're getting more comfortable doing it. It's like I can't wait till we have like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I'm surprised it's taken me this long to be on the show. I'm a little bit upset about that, but I'm glad you guys were
We
here.
didn't know you have anything to talk about.
I'm glad you guys were here for my first time. I really appreciate it.
It's weird.
No, you made
That's a weird, bro.
Hey, you
we got a
guys,
connection, bro.
nah, you guys were nice and eased me into it. Was super gentle.
This is a podcast, right? We're talking about the podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Podcast.
But so next time you're on, it'll probably be, I don't know if we'll just get Alana by herself or you with her.
Nah, if you're gonna, honestly, if you're going to talk nutrition,
it wouldn't be just nutrition. I'm pretty sure she has other interests.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She works with like AFL and all that.
And she's like jacked as...
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's intimidating.
You can ask her questions about training as well. So for those that want to follow up with more training questions, put them in the comments. And if I'm not here to answer them, Lan will be able to answer them for you guys. And yeah, she's the best. She's awesome.
Yeah,
anyway, thank you for tuning in today. We have to cut it now because Shad is doing hand signals.
Oh shit! Is he?
We're out of time.
He's doing
it's time to go see Goki,
but
go feed Goki.
You can find us all online. Ali, where can they find you online?
Super Syrian on Instagram. I have no idea. I think I'm saying DNA on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just Shadi, you do your magic, bro.
Yeah, I'll throw him up on screen.
He's always commenting on the blue, so find the blue.
Yeah.
So looks so bored.
Bosslogic Universe on Twitter.
Bosslogic Universe. I also have an account for my feet on the site that shall not be named. So
Only feet.
Only feet.
That's one.
It's Mo's favorite website.
Yeah. Like
he gives it 2 toes up.
Yeah, 2 toes up.
It's because I do Ollie, so it's Ollie fans. So we can say that, right?
Yeah.
Without getting banned, because it's not the other one.
Ollie fans.
Ollie fans.
Ollie fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
OLY.
All right.
Cool. All right. Thanks again for having me.
Love
Daniel,
you guys.
all right.
Are we doing
Thank you for joining us.
Are we doing what?
Show them your bicep before we go.
No, bro.
Alright,
Shout
this is
out,
a quick flex.
a quick shout out to our sponsor, Water, today.
Hey, you got the definition.
Yeah,
You can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, the boys.
You're the boys.
That's the end, bro.
Daniel
Look at Sauce watching. He's so evil. He's like, hurry up and get out of the room.
Daniel's ruining our sponsored water.
Oh yeah.
Sponsored water, sorry.
Shout outs to H2O.
To our sponsor.
Gatorade.
Yeah. Damn, we need sponsors.
Yeah, we need a water boy.
Oh, man.
Anyway, peace out.
Love you guys. Thanks for all
Catch
the
you
love.
next week.
Appreciate you guys. Yes.
We did it.
Finally, this trash is over.
I'm keeping that in. I haven't stopped.
No, I'm kidding. Oh my god. Don't do that.